Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sebastian. Welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a hilarious show. I'm already cracking up. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So we're back at it again. So you guys know there was some conversation around the NBA, especially about, I'll say about a year or two ago, probably a year ago. Maybe it was last season, if my memory serves me right, where there was this big conversation about how certain players and fans were talking about modern day players. In specific, they were talking about people like Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley and some fans, right? Oh, they're too critical of these guys. Oh, they're too negative. You had people like LeBron James saying something about it. I think, what's his name? JJ Redick had complained in the media a few times about it, right? And this and this and this. They were all upset and this and this and this. And some fans were like, no, man, like, what y'all want? Like, if y'all going to be putting out, like, you expect, like, you don't expect people to have an opinion on what they're watching. And they were like, oh, well, you know, you didn't do this for the older generations. You didn't criticize the game. Now you're, listen. If you're doing something for one way and you build a customer base doing that thing one way, if you decide to change the way you do the thing, the product, whatever, don't be surprised that people talk about that. At one point, there seemed to be more balance in the game. Teams played offense and defense. It wasn't a three-point shooting contest every single night. Players were available more often, right? You could bank on seeing a player on any given night, your favorite player. Today, it's not the case. So you can't build a certain game and then amass all of these fans that, you know, followed that game. And then all of a sudden you start changing it and expect people to be like, oh yeah, this is great too. No, people are going to have an opinion on things. That's just if you decide to make a shift in your product, expect there to be some kind of reaction to it. And that's what you were getting. And it's not written down anywhere where it says, no matter what type of product you put out, you're supposed to say nice things about it. No. Do you know why? Because in the case of a Charles Barkley or Shaq and these guys, they're getting paid to give their opinion on the sport. They're not getting paid to protect players and the sport. Because then they'll be shortchanging their fans, the viewers rather. Because whenever a topic is brought up, instead of you giving me your honest take, you're up there angling and covering for the league. Then I don't need to hear from you. You're just a spokesperson. I don't need to hear what you think because I know it's not what you really believe. These guys can't grasp this concept. But some people felt like the criticism of Charles and all of these guys was going too far. So what happened? Recently, Charles Barkley had complained about the light schedule that Inside the NBA had with ESPN to begin the year, right? And then after that, Colin Cowherd and Jason McIntyre basically said that the NBA removed them, or ESPN, one of the two, removed them off of certain nights or whatever because they were too critical of the players. So for those of you who didn't hear Colin's comments, I want to play what Colin Cowherd had to say here now, and then I'm going to come back and continue on. Take a listen to Colin Cowherd here.
You were always very critical of Barkley. Did you see he's complaining he's not getting on the air anymore? ESPN buried that show.
Why am I critical of Barkley? He was critical of the league.
Yeah.
But what did Barkley say? I don't think I saw it.
He doesn't. He wishes he worked more. And my feeling is, this is just conjecture, is that ESPN has a great relationship with the NBA, and they said, yeah, we'll bring that show over. You won't see it as much. Put it on the shelf a little bit.
Huh?
I mean, because
Adam during
Silver,
football season, nobody's nobody's caring. But NBA from February, March, April, May, June, I'm sure he'll be on a lot, right? I haven't seen a second of it this season. I watch the games. I don't,
No. I did. It felt very, very big at one time, and now it's invisible. So I don't know. I'm just saying conjecture, but I know there were people upstairs in the NBA office that didn't like how they lampoon the league and some of the players.
You were talking to Adam Silver there?
I would say people upstairs didn't love sometimes. They would say NFL shows don't make fun of the players. Why are we making fun of the players? I heard that before from somebody of.
That might have started here. I don't know. I'm an originator. What can we do?
Yeah. I'm just saying, it's just Charles is complaining. It's like it feels obvious to me that, you have these new deals and there's a lot of understandings that don't have to be contractual. David Stern didn't like when people were critical of the NBA either. That they're very sensitive in the NBA. Remember Adam Silver saying my players are miserable, Twitter. It feels like it's a thing. But, you're right. In February, they could be.
Fantastic. So you heard what Colin had to say. Well, I believe it was a day before yesterday, Inside the NBA was on, and they were covering, I think, the Lakers-Mavs game, and I forgot the other game. And Charles Barkley decided to make a beeline directly to Colin Cowherd and rip his ass to shreds, man. Like, he ripped him to shreds. But before we even get into what Charles had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. Prize Picks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week I'm really looking forward to some of these upcoming games. This week I'm picking Stephen Curry for more than 29 points. I'm picking Kevin Durant for more than 27 points. I'm picking Giannis Antetokounmpo for more than 12 rebounds. And I'm picking Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love Prize Picks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. All right, great. So what we want to do is we want to play what Charles Barkley had to say in response to the comments from Colin Cowherd. And I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to that there.
2 months. There was no reason for us to be off for 2 months.
Why not?
And then you got fools on television.
It was Christmas, man.
Christmas,
I'm happy. Listen, it's a month.
First of all, Christmas.
Why was there no reason for us to be off?
Christmas is the worst holiday in the history of civilization. All you do is waste money. Hate Christmas. You know that.
What does that have to do with us working Christmas Day 5 days?
Oh, we work Christmas Day.
I know. So you said it's been 2 months since we were on.
Yeah, but we only work once in 2 months.
It's been a month.
And let me tell you something.
14 hours in one day. And I feel overworked.
Can I look at this camera right here?
Yes.
Okay, there's some fools at home or on the internet. They're at home now saying that we were talking bad about the players, so they made us work less. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. This was already scheduled.
Nice catch, by the way.
Yeah, because you know what, I really
know. Do you realize how scheduled
come on, man. These guys are like, well, these guys, they don't put them on the shelf because they don't want them on TV. Man, y'all need to shut the hell up. This was already planned months and months ago. All I said was, I would have liked to work more.
But we're going to be so heavy on the back end.
I know.
We work 3 days next week.
I know.
Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday. Then we go home. All of the playoffs, all of the finals.
The only point I made.
It's heavy back end.
I know. And we could have.
When the games really mean something.
Well, they all mean something.
No, they don't.
Yeah, but they really mean something.
You don't think the cup mean anything?
You gonna watch the Sacramento New Orleans game?
Not if y'all paid me.
Okay, then it don't mean anything.
Not if y'all paid me. I'm not watching Sacramento.
Excellent. So you heard what Charles had to say. What are my thoughts about this? Charles Barkley is a big deal, right? You just don't move him off the air like that. Charles Barkley, I believe, has a $200 million contract with ESPN. He's a big deal. You don't just it doesn't really work like that. Charles is a big boy. He's the highest paid guy that talks basketball. And he doesn't even work as much as these other guys. He's at the top of the game. You don't just remove him off the air because some executives or some players got their feelings hurt. No. The fact of the matter is this. If you're an NBA fan that has been following the NBA for the last 20 years, Inside the NBA is an integral part of the season every single year. We all look forward to it. Because there's going to be the funniest show. They're going to have the most heated debates. Inside the NBA is literally part of the NBA schedule. It's part of the product, right? So to say that some players got their feelings hurt, let's remove them off the air, that makes no bloody sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. Those guys are not going to divvy up money to Charles and Shaq and all of these guys and then take a loss because some of these guys got their feelings hurt. That's insanity, right? That's insanity. But again, this is people's emotions talking. This is people's emotions talking. And Charles, I'm glad that he stood up and said something about it. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.